When it comes to the child, what is the result on the child? First of all, when a teenage woman, when a young woman who is not matured here, when she has a child, one of the things is in the beginning she thinks, okay, it's cute, the child is cute. But then this cute child is waking up every 5 minutes at night, and then filling the diaper every I don't know how long, and needing this and needing that, and crying all the time. So after a while she starts to lose interest. And when she starts to lose interest, she gives little attention to the child, who in a way destroyed her life, because now she can't go to school, she can't be with her friends and all kinds of things, and she's not free to go out for hours with her friends. So she starts to be distant from this child, which develops something very serious called attachment disorders. Those of you who study psychology are aware of this, which is something very, very serious. We'll get to it in a little bit. So the children born out of wedlock and born to young mothers and born to teenagers, and they're the children of zina, they have a number of problems that they deal with. First of all, they typically have a life, an early childhood filled with turmoil. A young mother has to work, leaves them at the babysitter, all kinds of issues that happen. So as a result of that, they learn that the world is a dangerous place. And they start to have problems connecting with other people. They can't connect with people. They don't feel empathy very quickly. And they start to also have difficulty managing their emotions. And they cannot trust people quickly. And they feel their self-worth, they have not very high self-esteem or self-worth. And they also become afraid of getting close to people. They learn to mistrust human beings. Anger issues as well have been seen and known in children of zina. And they also sometimes feel the need, this is something called control freaks. Someone feels the need to be in control of everything because there were many problems growing up. So now they want, after they're adults, they want to control everything to make sure everything is nice and organized. So they become control freaks. Yeah. And they have poor academic performance, and they're more likely than average to fail graduating from secondary school, and they get held back at grade level, all kinds of problems that happen to them educationally and so on and so forth. One of the things that happen to them as well are developmental disabilities. This is something known as attachment disorder, like we said, where a baby is born to a young girl, she's 13, she's 14, and she doesn't give much attention to this child. So they develop something known as attachment disorder, which can go very extreme. And actually, believe it or not, the psychologists, they have a chart. They tell you if you have good bonding with your parents, one or both of them, you come up to be someone who's a humanitarian, someone who likes to give, someone who's very caring to others. Then the chart goes to car salesmen. No offense to any car salespeople here. But what they mean by that is someone who will sell you a bad car, and he doesn't care that it's going to cause you a lot of problems and cost you a lot of money, but they'll sell it to you because they don't care what happens to you after that. And then it goes on to politicians, the list actually says. Okay, and we're not insulting anybody, I hope. And beyond that, the real end, extreme end, serial killers. Serial killers. One of the famous serial killers in America, his name was Ted Bundy. Okay, Ted Bundy, he killed about 100 young women. He'd kill and do strange things and bury them and all that. And he was like, he appeared to be a very nice guy, but he had these problems. He was born to a teenage mother. And actually, a lot of serial killers were born to teenage mothers who did not bond with them. So many, many problems. Going back to the argument, it's a consent between an adult man and an adult woman. What's the problem? These are the problems right here. And there's still more and more and more. So with the males, what happens is that a lot of times the male is not involved very deeply. And even if he wants to be involved, the family of the girl doesn't want anything to do with him. This is even in America. Forget in a Muslim country. Even in America, they don't want to deal with the boy. It's his fault, right? So if he wants to be involved, he's pushed away. So the child now is missing the father figure. And even studies show, even when they allow the young man to be involved, within 2 years, he escapes. He's out of there. Doesn't want anything to do with that. Then some psychologists even link homosexuality to having a loose society, because they identify homosexuality as alienation from males during infancy and from male peers during other stages in life. So during infancy, this boy doesn't see his father. He doesn't grow up and see a father figure around. He sees his mother, his aunts, and the grandmother, and he's around women all the time. So he starts to act effeminate. This is one of the theories, and actually what some of the psychologists are saying is one of the reasons behind homosexuality. So you're linking it to all kinds of problems